I've got a big basket of skincare products on my lap because I want to do my skincare routine using all budget-friendly products. If you didn't see my skincare routine last month, it's called My Skincare Routine at 44. The 44 was thrown in there really so that I can keep track of when I've produced these videos. I did one at 43. Hopefully I'll do one at 45. I used to do 4 of them a year, but to be quite honest, I'm a real creature of habit and I wasn't changing things enough to warrant doing a skincare routine update. So I've gone to 1 a year. But the one that I did last month really goes into detail about why I do each step and the types of products that I use. And I thought, you know what, I'll do one where I do the whole thing just using budget-friendly products. And these are all products that I incorporate anyway into my routine. But I just wanted to see if I could formulate the whole routine using them, and I could. So here it is. So if you want to follow my skincare routine, but you found that in the other video there were serums thrown in there and various things that were just way beyond budget, this is the video for you. Equally, if you are, I would say 30 to mid-30s onwards, this is a really very good, very solid, science-backed, non-faffy, non-trend-driven skincare routine to follow. It ticks all of the boxes. As long as you don't have any major concerns like sensitivity, extreme sensitivity, rosacea, eczema, severe acne, in which case you would want to speak to someone and maybe tweak this routine to suit, I would say you're good to go. So first of all, morning routine. We have 3 steps. We have cleanse, we have antioxidant or vitamin C serum, and then we have sunscreen. These steps should be pretty self-explanatory. We cleanse to get all the crap off that's accumulated overnight, sweat, extra bits of dirt, dead skin cells. I am really lazy in the morning, and I would say my hit rate at using a proper cleanser is 50%. Otherwise, I use a micellar water, or I must remember to put exfoliant in. I sweep over with a quick exfoliant like this, like the Sally Hughes Placid, something like that, or the Paula's Choice BHA liquid, or one of these Yepida Perfect pads. Perfect? It is called Perfect. I thought I'd made up a little joke there, but they'd beaten me to it. Antioxidant or vitamin C serum, little bit of extra protection from the elements and all of the things that just kind of speed up skin aging. They don't necessarily have an SPF rating. You're not protecting yourself against UV rays like that, but they do provide a bit of extra, they're an extra boost for the skin, and they're like a protective layer. So, and also quite brightening. Vitamin C, brilliant for brightening. It has a little go at working on unevenness of tone and dark spots. Most of them won't do anything dramatic, but it's just that little bit of extra help. So that's why I use vitamin C serum, and then in with the sunscreen, again, self-explanatory. I mean, I think now the studies say that 80% of the aging that we see on our skin, I mean, we're all going to age anyway, but it is from the sun. And so if you can start early, get into the habit of using a sunscreen every single day of the year, you're ahead of the game in terms of just keeping your skin, I mean, A, protecting your skin, but keeping it looking fresh and youthful and smooth and non-crepey and not like a leather handbag. So some products now for you. Cleansers. This would be my pick of the morning cleansers because a balm cleanser is my favourite, but in the morning I cannot be arsed. And so something like the Squalane cleanser from, I was going to say Deciem, Deciem's the parent company, from The Ordinary. It's a gel-like texture, and a gel cream, I would say, and it still does the trick in terms of breaking everything down, but you're not going to be removing makeup in the morning, so you don't need something as oily and heavy-duty as a balm cleanser. I don't think, but you can do it. And if you are going to, the Inky List Oat Balm Cleanser is amazing. The e.l.f. Cleansing Balm, it's about a tenner for a pot this big, and it's, you know, it's as good as any of the balms. It's very no frills, no fragrance, you know, packaging is not luxurious, but it does the same thing. Brilliant at breaking down even eye makeup, sunscreen, grime, long wear foundation, and then you massage it in and you use a flannel or a washcloth to take that off with warm water. And if you've never used one before, you will be astounded at how thorough the cleanse is without leaving your skin feeling stripped or dry or tight. They're just amazing things. And I think that a good cleanse is the basis to, if your skin feels stripped after a cleanse, you end up piling things on to try and balance it out again. And that is not the right way to go about things. You just don't want to strip it in the first place. The aim is to keep it all lovely and balanced and happy. My vitamin C serum. There are lots more examples of products, by the way, in the blog post that I did a couple of weeks ago on my Substack, which is called My Budget Friendly Skincare Routine, I think. But the one that I would probably instantly reach for is the CeraVe Vitamin C Serum. I find that I don't get any irritation with this one, and I can get quite irritated with vitamin C products. If there's one type of product that's bound to set me off, it will be vitamin C, and this one is absolutely fine. So highly recommend. Good for brightening, good for evening out the skin tone. Sunscreen. We all know that we need sunscreen. I think that the key is finding one that you want to wear because the texture is nice, but also finding one that's at the right price point, because if it's really massively expensive, say, I've got some that I've tested and I love them, they're 75 quid. And I feel as though if you've splashed out on it, you're not going to want to apply it regularly enough or in the amounts that you need to get the protection that it states. So I would say find one with a texture that you like, and then find one that's cheap enough for you to keep on applying it. I think Garnier do brilliant ones. This one's great. You don't need a separate moisturiser with most of them now. They're so beautifully formulated. If you get one that says it's moisturising, you don't really need a separate moisturiser. So you just go straight on over the top of your serum. I mean, that one is gorgeous. Lightweight. This one's the Super UV... it's called Ultra Moisturising or something, hold on. Anti-dryness, this one is called. Really hydrating, but not greasy. It's just about finding that holy grail texture. This, I think, cost me about £6 the other week on Amazon. It was just an offer. I mean, all of these things are always on offer. So just try and get them at the right time. And you don't need to pay very much at all if you don't want to. But the main thing is that you wear it every day. And that is the morning done. That's the routine. Cleanse, vitamin C serum, and then your sunscreen. In the evening, I have 2 separate routines. Don't worry, it's not complicated. I alternate it. So night 1, I do cleanse, followed by my retinoid. That's it, 2 steps. Night 2, I do cleanse, and then I might do a little bit of an exfoliate. We'll come to that. But sometimes I wipe it over in the morning instead of my cleanser, as we've discussed. Don't judge me. That is my night for deep hydration, and I try and get my peptides in. I feel like peptides is everywhere now, isn't it? And I've been for ages thinking, right, I'm going to incorporate these into my routine, and I've done really well with it. I think I've done probably 6 months of religiously using them every other day. So that's what I do on the other day. So one night it's retinoids, the other night it's hydrating and peptides. Cleansing is just the same as before. So a good cleansing balm, or a gel cream, or whatever you prefer, but just make sure it's not stripping your skin. You don't want your skin to feel dry or tight after you've used it. Okay, that's the main rule. If it is, it's no good. It's too harsh. In terms of retinoids, I would go, if I was looking at the lower end of the price points for them, I would go Rock. I think Rock are really amazing with their research and their formulations when it comes to retinol. And I find that their formulations are really non-aggressive. My skin gets on with them really well. They do some amazing little serums and capsules. They do a serum. They do so many different ones. They do, let me have a rummage. They do serums like this, and then they do night creams that have got the retinol in them. They do loads of different types. My favourite one is the Golden Pot. Couldn't find it because I shot it in a different video the other day, and now I don't know which shelf I've put it on. But there's one in a golden pot. I absolutely love it. It's really hydrating overnight, but it's got the retinol in as well. So loads of options with Rock, and I think they would be who I would go for as my first port of call. I also think that Beauty Pie do incredible Retinoids. They do the Super Retinol range, and they do an amazing eye cream in this range, and then they do the Youth Balm Retinol serum. That is so pokey though. I wouldn't go in with that as a beginner. If you're a beginner, I think Rock is amazing. I also think this is amazing. But you know, start off every few nights, and then I never do every night really with my retinoids. I think I pretty much always do every other night, because I like to spend the one in between packing the moisture back in, and that works really well for me. But the Beauty Pie, to get these at the prices that I would consider to be more budget friendly, you need to have the membership. So I don't want to go too much into the whole membership model, but to have the prices, they do direct from lab prices. So if you bought this at the normal price, it would be massively expensive, but they do membership price, which is direct from lab. I can't remember the percentage you get off, but it's great whacking percentage, loads more than 50% off. And so if you have the membership, these are really budget friendly for the quality of the product that you're getting. If you don't have the membership, they shouldn't be in this video. So that is my retinoids night. On the other night, I did quickly mention exfoliant. So we do cleanse, that's a given on any routine. And then a quick exfoliate sometimes, depending on whether I've, in the last few days, done any kind of sweep over acid. Big fan of this one, the Sally Hughes Revolution Placid, which has got loads of different acids combined into one product, and really good for kind of keeping pores clear, keeping spots at bay, getting that lovely instant glow, getting the smoothness on the skin, and you can use it daily. So whether you use it in the morning before your vitamin C serum or at night after cleansing, doesn't really matter. These are really gentle. I wouldn't worry too much about the order, but before your serum and your moisturiser, and before retinoids. I don't really do it on the retinoids night because I just sometimes worry that's a little bit too much in one go. So I forgot to say, the reason that I use retinoids, and I know I'm covering old ground if you've watched a skincare video or any of my skincare videos, it's kind of the gold standard ingredient for pretty much everything, from crepiness, lack of elasticity, fine lines, dullness, unevenness of skin tone. It's one of those ingredients that dermatologists love just because it tackles everything all in one go. So that's why I use a retinoid, and I use a really powerful Retinoid, which is the prescription strength one. I use other stuff as well, but I normally use the Renew in Me. But, you know, I flit between because obviously a lot of my job is testing stuff. So I tend not to, I have got my base camp of products that I go back to again and again, but I do try other stuff. So you don't need to go in prescription level Retinoid at all. There are loads of brilliant, effective products on the market, but that's what I go back to again and again because I pay to subscribe to that, so I get it sent every month. So that's why I use the retinoids. That is the powerhouse part of the routine. And then on the other night, we do the cleanse. We do maybe the little sweep over with the exfoliant. I was going to give you an alternative, that's where I got to. So either the Placid Acid is a really good, it's about £10 for a bottle, or the Yepider Porefect pads. Again, a blend of acids. These are pads that are already pre-soaked to look like this, and you just pick one out and you wipe it over the skin. Again, really brilliant. Mix of different acids, everything from pore clearing to spot fighting to glow getting. And then I'd go in with my ultra hydrating serum and moisturiser with peptides. So I've got a brilliant, brilliant serum for you here. I think I put this in favourites last month, didn't I? This is the Collagen Peptide Serum from the Inky List. If you want skin that feels really bouncy and elastic and almost puffed out and glazed, this is so good underneath the moisturiser. It's just so good. Goes on really easily, absorbs straight away, but oh my god, it's just so good. It's really unassuming. I mean, it's no frills packaging like everything from Inky List. You wouldn't really think much of it, but it's brilliant. And then over the top, a rich moisturiser, or a sort of heavy duty hydrating, deep hydrating moisturiser, preferably with peptides. Using this loads recently, the Haru Haru Wonder. This one is a peptide cream, and it's got a kind of light gel cream texture, very much like the Tatcha dewy cream style formula, if you know what I mean by that. It's almost got this oil glaze over the top. This one I'd say is a bit lighter than that, but it's beautiful. This one I'd say from Curel is slightly creamier again, and it's got a slightly richer feel to it, whereas the Haru Haru is lighter. This one is unbelievable, the Curel. I think as a budget buy, because again, you can always find these on offer somewhere, or all of these products. This one, I feel like you wake up and you feel as though you've been injected with hydration overnight. It's so, so good. And you know, they're all just kind of fragrance free. Again, no frills. They're just no nonsense. You know, you're just paying for the product to work and to be effective, and that is it. There's nothing else. There's nothing really emotional about using them, or, you know, sensorial in the fact that they feel amazing, but there's no smell to kind of hook you in, or there's no look to the packaging that entices you. It is purely the results. But what's wrong with that? This one, also brilliant. Oh, I forgot. The Aveeno Oat Serum is an incredible serum if you're, it's one of my most used products, I think, in my adult life. It's a very, very lightweight, soothing serum that if you've got skin that feels very dry, very tight, very irritable and sensitized, it's just instantly calming. It's beautiful. I use that so much. I also use it on my shins because I get really itchy shins. So I forgot to put that in. So if I wasn't using you know, you don't have to use a peptide serum. If you just wanted a general deep hydrating serum, and even if you wanted to layer that over your vitamin C in the morning for extra hydration under your sunscreen, absolutely fine. And then another option for very rich moisturiser that won't break the bank in the evening, the Oat Rich Balm from the same range, Calm and Restore. This is just beautiful. When they first launched the Aveeno skincare range, I helped to launch it. I was sort of a spokesmodel, would you say? I don't know. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, and the products are beautiful. And they just had at that point a little pot of the Oat Gel Moisturiser, which is gorgeous, but it's very, very fresh and lightweight. And I was so pleased when they brought this out because it's just more heavy duty. It's not greasy on the skin, but you really feel that comforting, nourishing, you know, that instant feeling of nourishment when you think, oh, that's really comfy. My skin feels really nice now. That's what you get. I mean, that's kind of Aveeno's trademark, I suppose, but that's what I get from this. So that is the routine, using all budget-friendly products. Hope that I've kept that as basic and easy to understand as possible. And if you have any questions, then let me know in the comments below and I will try and answer them. Right, let's go and edit this, otherwise we'll be here all day. Thanks for watching. Bye!